My own personal story in engagement and motivation for getting involved with the law reform was to ensure that women's rights are guaranteed in Pakistan. They were getting affected negatively through a law that triggered was to do with adultery and rape, where the punishments were very severe, stoning to death and flogging. And the first case under that alleged adultery between a man and a woman, where she was uh, convicted and given a punishment of lashes, 80 lashes, and he was stoning to death. And that's when a group of women, actually protested and said, this cannot be done, this is not human. Even if a woman was raped, and somebody said it was adultery, she had to prove that she had been raped. I mean, the law was very, very skewed, and it took 25 years of agitation and advocacy and research to show how many women were getting victimized for it to be changed in 2006. I really don't know which is the single most achievement. I think it's a process that I've been engaged in, and I don't credit myself alone for whatever's been done. I think we've been working for women's empowerment in Pakistan, giving them their voice. That is the most important. And I think my last 6 years as chair of the National Commission, I would count as an important years institutionally. To set up a system where we can monitor what's happening, to be able to recommend change and access to the parliament, because this position is the position of a minister of state. And it is an autonomous and independent in terms of how it operates, to be able to set the foundations for future work of the Commission, documentation, research, data, finding gaps, creating, developing systems of monitoring and measuring impact. So that's the kind of thing. And I think it's a continuous thing. I can't say one is good, more important than the other. It's very important to have laws, because those set the standards and acknowledge what the issues are. See, a law addresses a problem in society or to help regulate systems and social behavior and social systems. And once a law is made, it establishes that there is an issue. This needs to be regulated. What is the best way of regulation? And but then, of course, comes the second stage. How is it implemented? Because often when a law is made, it does affect some people positively and some negatively. And the ones who are negatively affected don't want that law in place. So there's always this tension between a good law and its implementation, because the implementers may not agree with what the good law is trying to do. In 2004, we had the first law, which was still not strong enough. 2016, we have a law which is much stronger and can penalize and criminalizes this activity with stiff punishments. We need arguments to promote change. I mean, advocacy cannot only be on slogans. It has to be backed by solid arguments that appeal to people also, to their sense and to their thinking. And people are so steeped in their own cultures, they don't want things to be abruptly changed. They want things to be understood and change for the better. So you have to have good arguments. Well, the strategy for success is to get people to engage with you. You have to engage on these issues. There are some pockets of people who you can't engage with. I found those too. But you have to find ways of engaging and find ways of identifying the allies. The more allies you have, the better it becomes and makes it easier to engage with those who are more difficult. I would want women of Pakistan to be seen as equal citizens of Pakistan, regardless of their religion, regardless of their regional distribution. They equal opportunities, to be viewed as equal citizens, no wage differentials, no discrimination, the right to have their own views, to chart out their own destinies, and live in harmony.